What's up, guys? So I upgraded my Vanquish Phoenix to the VFD transmission, thinking that it was going to be the ultimate setup. And honestly, there were a couple things that I ran into that I couldn't find anywhere on YouTube. So if you guys seen one of my previous videos, I did an unboxing of this guy right here. And it's been absolutely a fantastic truck. This is not a bashing of Vanquish or anything like that. I've been slowly upgrading this truck, dialing it in, trying to make it a super capable, and super reliable crawler. One of the biggest upgrades I did was switching over to the VFD Twin Transmission, because on paper it just kind of has the best of everything. It's got your dig and it's got selectable overdrive. For me, I love being able to select the overdrive. I think that's just a wonderful option to have. And the dig, I didn't really think much of the dig, but I ran a servo, got the dig working, and it's actually super cool. I now want one on my optic. But after running it for a bit, I've noticed some issues. So the first issue, and it kind of threw me off when I built the truck, how there's C-clips in the transmission. Not something that I would typically do. I would rather see like a snap ring versus a C-clip, kind of like the snap rings that go in the suspension in the S80s. I just don't think the C-clips are great, and I'm going to switch to my camera up here to give you a better view of it. But so as you can see, there is a C-clip here and another C-clip that goes right here. This one fell off on me and it was giving me like a total grind issue. So basically I was just on the rocks and I heard a grinding sound and I was like, oh no, what's going on? Let's get this home. So I did. I got this home and I started to investigate, got it apart, and sure enough, the C-clip was gone. There are some 3D printed parts that you can get for it. So this is actually one of them right here. This goes, basically, it goes in between here and here. That's a 3D part that I found online. Printed that off, but I wasn't overly crazy about it. And the problem was when you put the arms to the transmission housings, this guy actually gets in the way. So not the best design, not the best idea. Doesn't work if you're running. I mean, what's the point? Like, unless I'm doing something wrong, and I very well could be, but this just definitely did not work for the setup that I had here. Trying to put the arms to the housings just didn't work well. So I found that it was binding against this, the arms. So, and if you look closely, you can actually see, I doubt you'll see it, but if you look closely, you can actually see the mark where it was rotating inside the transmission, where the arm was hitting it. So not a good idea. Again, maybe I got the wrong print, or I don't know. So what I did is I just pulled the C-clip off here and give it a little bend and stuck it back in. It's been fine since. And I just think for something that's this premium, I think that should be fixed. We should maybe consider getting rid of those E-clips and maybe use something different. Like I mentioned before, using a snap ring I think would be a better idea. Sucks because you need snap ring pliers, but at the end of the day, if it's going to hold your transmission together, let's get it done. So the second thing, and this is more of a quality thing about the gears themselves, these are sintered or powdered gears, and I just feel like this shouldn't be the case. I guess for the money, I think this was 180 Canadian dollars. I think for the money, we should be getting something better, or charge me 280. Like, give us a price break somewhere in there where we can, like, to me, if you're buying this aftermarket, this should come with machine gears, in my opinion. And the sintered gears, I've heard good things. I've heard a lot of guys say that they haven't broken them or anything like that. So I will show you, I think I have a video that I can cut in, or a photo that I'm going to cut in and show you, but if you look closely, let's see if I can get the camera to focus on this. There's a missing tooth right there. It totally sucks that way. Anyway, so basically what happened was I was out driving. I did get this stuck on the rocks. I did bind this truck up. Okay, so maybe this is on me as the driver, but I did bind the truck up, and I'll also show you this. I bent one of the rod links. So on this truck, I have the hardcore RC links, which I love. It has made this truck more capable, especially in the rear. Those links have made this truck a lot more capable climbing over rocks. I've noticed a huge difference between the factory links and these hardcore RC links. They use Traxxas ends, so yeah, when I got this thing stuck, it all happened at the same time. I didn't notice that till later, but I did notice the front end seemed to be a bit loose after it started binding up. So naturally, we had to purchase a little upgrade. So if you look here, these are the machine gears, looking all fancy. And if you actually kind of run these together, the feel of these compared to the factory sintered gears, goodness gracious, it's just a much better feeling. Now these are the front gears, so you know, don't quote me. I just opened the bag of actual transmission gears. So here you have that. We got the actual transmission gears in there. I took a quick look and pulled a couple of these out. These are definitely much better quality. You can, just by the touch, you can tell this is just much better. They're also a lot heavier than the sintered gears. I just feel like Vanquish, you should maybe give us an option to buy a VFD Twin or a VFD with the machine gears in it. I just think it kind of sucks that I have to buy these as well. I have to buy the transmission and these as well. And I get it, because there's standoffs and there's aluminum plates, and you can get a lightweight plate and all that stuff, and you can really go ham. To me, I think there should be like a pro model of the transmission, and I think like it would be a no-brainer for me to buy something like that. And at the end of the day, like, I bought this truck to actually use it the way it was meant to be used, in my opinion. The thing that drew me to Vanquish is how gorgeous their trucks are and the quality of them. So I mean, at the end of the day, here it is. You know, could be driver error when I broke that that gear, but I was definitely sad. I was bummed by it. I got this truck over the winter, but at the end of the day, I'm still very happy with it. It drives amazing. I love the body. The Toyo edition is just fantastic. I love the blue look to this. Yeah, just genuinely very happy with it. So that's the next step. Let's get these gears installed, and then hopefully we, you know, don't run into any more transmission problems. So other than that, the truck has been awesome. I've done a bunch of little upgrades that have just been, you know, fantastic for it. I already spoke about the links. We have a Knights Custom 3D printed interior. So I don't know if you can see that. There we go. All right, so obviously the transmission's not in. I did decide to go with a Hobbywing Fusion Pro Elite. You know, fairly new to the hobby. I don't know much about other stuff, but you know, my friends Sean and Jesse, you know, they speak highly, especially Sean. He speaks very highly of this motor. You know, so it's been great. Like, I love how programmable it is. I'm a pretty technical guy, so I've really been appreciating that. The servo I did upgrade. I upgraded it to a Eco Power, and it's been perfect. It's been super fast. Very happy with that. The Dig servo and the Overdrive servo are just cheap Amazon ones. I don't even think they have a brand on them. Yeah, there's literally no brand on them. They were literally 20 bucks for the pair. So, but they have been no problem. They're 20 kilogram, no issues. Other than that, I have upgraded the drive shafts, which are only halfway there right now. But I used Enduro drive shafts. They have been great. No real issues there. Then the hardcore links, and naturally we have the, I actually picked these up used off another kind of friend of the group there. I picked these Vanquish Method wheels up, and they have been great. Love the look of them, fantastic, no issues there. I also installed an Enduro winch. That's kind of about to fall out there. I've got a winch on the front there, and it's been fantastic. Other than that, we have put some weights on it to weigh it down a little more on the rear and on the front axle. The weights on the front axle are a little heavier than the weights on the rear to give it that 60/40. I did weigh this. I can't remember how many grams it was. I'd have to go back into the archive. But yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. I even got this thing fully submerged. We have the Fly Sky. It's a water PPX4, if that means anything, but it's supposed to be water resistant, I'm sure. I do want to buy that spray coating and try that, but I got this thing fully submerged and it went all haywire. I didn't realize how deep I got it, and the river just kind of got really deep for a second there. So it went all haywire for a second. I blew it out with my mouth, like literally unplugged everything and just tried to blow the air out, and it came right back to life, and it drove home. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, the S80 shocks are on here. I have Endura springs right now. I do have the Reefs RC shock coming for it. I saw the design and I really love the build. I think the design is definitely different that Reefs did for that. So those are coming, I think, in 2 weeks. And those will get bolted on here. And then other than that, I did some 3D printed quick body connectors. I don't know how to call them, but if you've seen this before or you've been considering trying it, my buddy Sean made them for me. So these clips literally clip down into here, and it's such a it's honestly night and day, especially for battery changes on the trail. fantastic. So, I mean, there's your hinge, right? You get your hinge pin in and all is good. I mean, nothing is really going to line up on this because I have it all apart. We got to get those gears in tonight. But the idea is you line up the back and it just clips in, click, click, boom. So there you have it. It just clicks in down and you're rocking and rolling and ready to go. And just to be clear, I think this is a wonderful platform. I think this is the best platform going right now. I just think that there's a couple things that people should know going into this platform, you know, and those two things that definitely should be mentioned. Again, I've, you know, gone on Facebook and gone on the groups and spoken to a few people about this, and I've had numerous guys say, I have the sintered gears and I've never broken one. It is what it is. I'm the type of guy that if my truck does get stuck, I'm going to try to get it to power itself out. I want to try to drive it out of any situation. Because I went looking for this info and couldn't find any on YouTube, and that's why I wanted to make this video and kind of shine some light on this. So if you're running a VFD Twin, like me, let me know if you've run into this too. I'm curious if this is just me or if it's something more people are dealing with. So that's everything I got to say about this guy. It is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, I've loved taking this apart, playing with it, trying different options. Other than that, let's get these gears in and get this truck back onto the rocks, onto the trail. I appreciate it if you made it this far. Stay crawling, my friends. Peace.